Another day in the off-season full of trade, draft and Collingwood general news. So let's talk about all of it and in between. Starting with the news from yesterday. Harry Perryman has nominated the Collingwood Football Club. It's likely we're going to pay a large sum for his salary, considering that we don't have to give up any picks. We're going to have to pay a premium when it comes to the salary. And I'm just wondering, what does this do for other players in the team? I think about Pendlebury and Sidebottom. I go, geez, does Perryman extend? Does Perryman extend Pendlebury's career in the way that if Perryman does the job in the midfield and helps out De Goey, helps out Nick Dacos, does that mean Pendlebury can go to the half-back line and extend his career, similar to what happened with Dyson Heppel at the Bombers? I think of them two as similar players in the sense that they're not super fast, but they're good ball users. And obviously, Pendlebury is a better version of Dyson Heppel in my opinion, but you get where I'm going with this, right? So if Perryman can do a job in the midfield, does that mean Pendlebury goes to the half-back line and doesn't need to play midfield anymore? That is a very real reality. It also probably allows Josh Dacos to go back to the wing if that's what Fly McRae's preference is. Personally, I'd love to see Dacos and Pendlebury together on off the halfback flanks, but with Will Parker, Jacob Ryan, TJ, Harry Di all being options there as well, I can see Josh Dacos potentially being redeployed onto the wing, and it also allows Sidey not to have to not to be reliant on Sidey to come into the middle like he has at times this last previous season. I think what Sidey has done in the middle has been good, but if we probably need to look with that with a longer term scope and ask ourselves, well, okay, Sidey is a short term plug in the midfield. Who can we bring in that can do a job for us now and for the future? So if we can get Sidey back onto that wing, Perryman goes into the middle. I think a lot of magnets can be moved here, which is a really positive thing for the outcome of this trade. Perryman brings a lot of versatility. He's not only a midfielder, he's played in the back line, he's played forward, he's reliable, hard at the ball. So there's lots to like about this guy. So I'm really keen to see what Perryman can bring in 2025. And in the meanwhile, GWS are hoping for band one compensation. So I think if the contract is beyond 900k a year, then GWS will get some sort of first round compensation in the draft for losing Harry Perryman. Joe Richards still unsure as to where he will reside next year, who he will play for. He's looked at both offers, tabled from Port, tabled from Collingwood. You have to look at Port. You go, okay, so they're going to bring in Lukosius. They've got Ollie Lord there. They've got Todd Marshall, Mitch Georgiades. They're looking for players to pair with Willie Rioli, maybe Darcy Byrne-Jones as well. So there is certainly a need for Joe Richards at Port Adelaide. In saying that, I think Joe Richards needs to also believe that there's a serious opportunity for him at Collingwood. And yes, he might have to fight a bit harder for his spot at the Pies. I think it'll be more worthwhile. That's my opinion. I wonder what he's tabling up or weighing up. Is he being mindful? He's like, okay, well, Port offered me the contract first, so they deserve my services. Or yeah, where is he a little bit like put off by the way negotiations have gone along throughout the off season between himself and the Pies? Updates regarding a key defender. We have none. And we've listed off a bunch of players. We've spoken about Tomlinson. We've spoken about Laverde. We've spoken about Granger Barras. Who else have we spoken about? We've spoken about Rory Lobb at times, who earlier in the year we mocked him a lot because we weren't interested in Rory Lobb, the forward. But I'm a little bit intrigued as to what Rory Lobb, the defender, brings the Collingwood Football Club. Uh, yeah, it'd be intriguing. It'd be intriguing to see if we could entice that idea. What would you give up for Rory Lobb? Are we looking at a second rounder? I think that would be a big win for the Pies if we could get a second rounder for someone like Rory Lobb. But the market is very slim at the moment. It really is. Like there's Lewis Young, there's Marchbank. Is there anyone else really? Like we look at the club, we look at Kruger. Why can't he just have a crack in the back line? Nathan Murphy is now a coach. Has some sort of role at Collingwood. Wouldn't that make sense to teach one of your own, buy one of your own, the Nathan Murphy way? I don't know. That's where I'd go with it. We know Fly has implied that he's looking for players, not picks. So what player are you going to pick for the key defender stocks? Because we had no luck with Mark Keane. Who else have we tried that's failed in the back line in this off-season? Mark Keane was there. Mac Andrews signed on at Gold Coast. Not that we were looking for him, but that was someone I was interested in. Anyways, you get the point. There's not a lot on the table. We've got Tomlinson, Laverde, haven't heard about them, haven't heard about Denver Granger Barras, so on and so forth. Lewis Young, Marchbank. You guys let me know in the comment section if I'm forgetting anyone or if someone you'd like to keep your eyes on. Speaking of Kruger and McInnes, still their careers at Collingwood hinge on the next couple of weeks to see what we do in the trade window and see if they either, do they get delisted and re-signed on the rookie list or do they go elsewhere? We will have to wait a little bit longer to find out what's going on there. And Ollie Lord and Peatling, still no mail there. I'm so torn on Ollie Lord because I think our forward line looks good right now, and we're becoming less and less dependent on key tall forwards, and I just feel like we need a key defender, that we need a key forward more than anything. That's probably my greatest concern. So if we miss out on Ollie Lord, fine, but we just need a key defender. And James Peatling, no update on. Is it James Peatling from GWS? We'll call him Jay Peatling, so I can't remember his first name, but he's someone we've looked at as well. We've looked at Alex Davies, who's signed on at Gold Coast, but yeah, Peatling is someone we're interested in. He had a good final series, probably worth a second rounder at this point, somewhere around those marks, and yeah, no news on that just yet. But lastly, we've got some interest in Bartel, looking for a new footy boss at the Pies since our GM has obviously departed. Would be interesting to get someone like Bartel over to the Pies. He's done so well against us. He's a perennial winner, and I'm sure with a bout of experience at GWS and so on and so forth, I think he could only do good things for the club, as well as Travis Boak if he wants to retire and come to Collingwood as a development coach. I think that suits his mantra very well. So anyhow, that is the trade draft Collingwood news update for the day. If there's any breaking news, expect to see it here first, but for the time being, just want to give you a brief update on everything Collingwood. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Go Pies.